Hey everybody, this is Heather from Storing Up My Treasures at Blogspot, and I wanted to go ahead and go over with you guys a haul video of some scrapbooking things I picked up the last couple of days. I went to Joann's and my local scrapbook store, and I was even able to do a little bit of yard sailing yesterday, so I just wanted to share some finds with you. So I'll start with some stuff I found at Joann's. This week they're having their coupon commotion, and so it was actually last week and this week. I'm pretty sure the coupons are good through the 16th. And as most of you know, the fun thing about coupon commotion is you can use more than one coupon per purchase. So you just get to have more fun. So just before I get started, Daddy is watching the kids right now so that I can do this video. So if the natives are restless, that's why, because Daddy's on duty right now. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and start with this. I got some Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. This is a 2-ounce bottle. I got this for $2.50 with my 50% off coupon. I've seen this in Blogland quite a bit. I've seen the bottle cap magnets and the pendants that they're showing here. But you can actually also use this for scrapbooking as well. This is similar to the Rangers. I believe it's called Create. Oh, I can't remember what it is. Clear Create or something along those lines, but this is actually cheaper than the Ranger stuff that was very similar, so I just decided to go ahead and give this stuff a try. I got these Colorblock findings in the scrapbook section. They had a lot of Colorblock metal findings and whatnot on sale for 40% off this week. So you were not able to use your coupon, but I figured still 40% off was a good deal. I got these metal book plates. There's 12 of these, 3 of each size. And I like the fact that they're just this plain metal, so you can, color them with a Sharpie. You can use acrylic paint on them. If you had alcohol ink, you could even use that on these as well. I've never tried alcohol ink before, but I just watched a video not that long ago that showed how you use it on metal, and it looks pretty cool, so I might have to give that a try. They also had these eyelets. This is the metallic eyelets that they had. And there's several different colors in here. There's an aluminum and like an espresso brown, and there's even like a antiqued white. There's several different colors in here. These are the 3/16 inch. And since I had just got that eyelet setter I showed you in one of my other videos, I figured that that would be worth trying and playing with. They had these Sandy Lion stickers. These were on sale for clearance actually for 99 cents. So I wasn't able to use my coupon, but it's still a good deal. This is just a single sheet. These are boy themed, and I really like the fact that they have a very vintage look to them. They have that cute biplane and the scooter, and they have a couple of derby cars in that wagon. Just really cute. They also have some sayings, and they're in some sports things and are mixed as well. But I just thought this was really cute, and it's hard to find vintage looking stickers for the kids, for the boys, excuse me. So I decided to give those a try. And there's one of the kids trying to get into the bedroom. If you hear the doorknob shaking around, that's what's going on. I got some more Studio $112 scrapbook items. I got these border button stickers. There's 16 of these into the package. They're double-sided, and they're really cute. And several of the strips had buttons that looked like they were sewn on, which I thought was really cute. And then I also got these button stickers, and this is double-sided. And I would say these stickers are probably about the size of a quarter. And they complement really well with the borders there, and I just thought those would be fun. I like using buttons in my layouts, but sometimes the bulk is a little much, so I thought that was a fun alternative. I found another journaling tag book, 24 of these, the same 2x3 in size. These are similar to ones I had shown you in another one of my videos. And again, these are real, just nondescript, universal, can use it for a boy or girl. However, one thing I did like about these, as you can see, or maybe can't see, the lighting isn't very good this time, they're all lined. And I have a real bad tendency in writing, if I'm not writing on lined paper, my writing tends to take a downward slope. So I really like having lined paper. It makes my journaling look much neater. They had these, they're actually, here, wallpaper. I'm sorry, they're all falling out here. They're wallpaper cutouts. There's 16 of these in the package. They're $1. These are in those dollar bins when you're waiting in the checkout line and they're trying to snag a couple more dollars out of you while you're waiting in line, and I picked these up. These are really pretty. I thought these would be fun to use in a layout. They're fairly good size. They're printed on that glossy paper. And I would say the diameter of the wingspan is, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches across. And I just thought that those would be really cool to use in a layout. And even though they have glue on the back, if you put like a piece of plastic behind it, or somehow figured out a way to neutralize that glue, that would be kind of a cool thing to use. I was able to go to several yard sales yesterday. My husband normally works on Saturdays, and so I'm not able to yard sale. I'm not dragging my 3 kids with me to yard sales. That's just kind of a recipe for disaster. God bless those of you who can, but I can't. But anyway, when I was out yesterday, I did find this really awesome. This is a paint chit book. It's big. There's a huge variety of colors in here. And I've seen layouts, online and blogs on YouTube or whatnot, where people will take these, colored chit strips that complement the papers that they're using and actually put that entire strip in their layout. And I really like how that looks. And so I decided to go ahead and give that a try. And for $1, you can't go wrong with that. And then I wanted to go ahead and just show you some stuff I got from my local, independent scrapbook store. I just found this scrapbook store. It is seriously probably like less than a mile away from my house. So how I was able to go this long without realizing it was there, I'm not sure. But I'm sure my husband's not going to be real thrilled that I found it. I got this little Hero Arts. This is just a hot pink inker. This was $1. I've actually done several layouts with stamping for my daughter and have never had a dark pink ink stamper before, so that was cool. They had these rectangular, or excuse me, these are square, brass brads. There's 50 of these in a package, and these were $1, and I just thought that those were cool, kind of universal. They had these, I don't know what these things are called. I guess like key tags maybe, or whatnot. They remind me of like those old-fashioned key tags. They just have the acetate with the metal ring around there. And I don't know, these are probably like maybe the size of it, maybe, I don't know, maybe a silver dollar. There's 10 of them in the package, and those were $1. And I've used these before in like embellishment packs and whatnot. I've stamped on them and stuff, and those are fun to use. They had these American Crafts. These are some mini brads. There's 50 of those in the package, and they're $1. And these are kind of like a seafoam green color, and I just thought that those would be fun to use. They had these are some brass safety pins, smaller ones. These were $1. There's probably maybe 50 or so in here. And I really like these because I thought the brass had a real nice yellow, a bright yellow sheen to it. Most safety pins I've seen, first of all, they're usually silver. And secondly, if they are brass, they tend to be really washed out. And I like the color on that. I thought that was really bright. They also had a bunch of stickers on clearance, and this is Pebbles ink, and this is their cat collection. This was on clearance for 25 cents, and I just thought that this was pretty cute. We had to put my 16-year-old cat Tigger down about 6 months ago, and he was an orange tabby, and I absolutely adored him. He was a really good cat, and I just thought that this would be a really a cute, set of stickers to use to make some scrapbook pages to remember my kitty. So I also they had a little basket by the register when you were checking out, and they had a bunch of these 6x6 papers for 15 cents a piece. And I really liked these. These reminded me of like those old Scantron forms that you use in school. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's October afternoon, they actually have this in one of their school themed collections right now that I've seen before, and I really liked it, but I didn't want to have to necessarily buy the 12 by 12 sheets or even a paper pack, because as I've mentioned before, I'm really not in need of paper at all. So I was glad to find those little sheets for 15 cents. And then I also found these ledger papers as well. Got a couple of those too for 15 cents. So anyway, that's everything I got on this weekend. Few weeks, or actually no, I forgot one more thing I wanted to show you. I went ahead and got some Tim Holtz. Believe it or not, I've never bought any of his distressing ink or ink in general. I went ahead and made my first purchase. I bought some tea dye ink from him, and this is just in the dropper bottle. This was $4.50. And instead of buying the empty bottles that they sell there and making my own solution, the empty bottles were $3.50, and I wasn't going to pay that for an empty spray bottle. On the way home, I went to Dollar Tree and I just got a cheap empty bottle of whatever spray body scent stuff that they had, and I dumped it out. And then I filled it with distilled water, put 40 drops out of this bottle into here, mixed it up, put in just a tad of alcohol just to keep the mixture from getting, you know, stinky. And I went ahead and made my own distress spray. And yeah, you know, I'm sure I'm not saving, you know, buku bucks here, but I like that better. It's cheaper, and I'm cheap. So anyway, it works pretty good. And that's what I wanted, was a really faint brown. I didn't want a real heavy dye. So anyway, that's everything I got. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. And also thanks for the really warm welcome to YouTube. I'm really touched by all the people that have left sweet comments and are now subscribers to my channel and want to be friends with me. I appreciate the warm welcome. Thanks so much, you guys. I look forward to doing more videos and chatting with y'all, and happy crafting.